Okay, I believe we are live. Yeah, it looks that way. Looks that
Does it?
way. Yeah.
On God?
On God.
Jeez.
On God, for real, for real. Captain Crunch.
Stupid.
It's so good.
Alright, you ready?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm muted for the stream.
Hey, everybody, welcome to episode 52 of SonoranSportsCards. We took last week off, but now we're back. And we're ready to talk about basketball. Really like the top five storylines, according to me, really. Yeah, I don't know. It was just like stuff that I'm interested in seeing how it shapes up.
Yeah, for sure.
And then also spring training's going on with baseball, so looking at the new rules because they're using those rules we talked about a while ago, and they are actually having an impact. So
The pitch
yeah,
clock.
yeah, the pitch clock is the main one. That's and the shift.
I'm surprised I knew that, dude. Go me.
Ooh, bud. All right, so let's start. I guess there with that, and then because
Yeah.
the bigger thing, I would say. So spring training's going on, and like Mikey said, there's three rule changes. One of them being the pitch clock, like you said, and just to we now see a little bit more of what that looks like. I guess last year I could have known what that looks like if I cared to watch like the minor leagues where they were.
So, I was gonna say, I'm assuming you're about to answer this, but do the games so far look like they're actually like shorter and they actually progress?
Not
And
shorter,
that was
yeah,
the whole point, right?
yeah. The games are about an hour shorter on average now.
Because they don't want the games lasting like 5 hours.
Yeah. So there's a 30-second timer between batters. So like a strikeout or a hit or whatever,
To
you have
get on the
30
field.
seconds. Yeah, 30
Okay.
seconds to get up to the box. And then there's a 15-second timer for each pitch if the bases are empty, and then 20 seconds if there's runners on base. Because
Okay.
theoretically, if there's runners on, you have to
Think a little
check them
more
off, like
and
look
stuff.
over and see if they're there
So,
and all that kind of stuff.
okay. Okay.
And then the other
When
part of it is that the batter has to get in the batter's box with 8 seconds left on the pitch clock or
okay,
more.
or more?
Yeah, so they can't. So one thing a lot of times, like another way that games got long was batters would just stand outside the box and get signs and stretch and all this kind of crap. And so now they have to enter the batter's box with at least 8 seconds on the pitch clock, so the pitcher
Okay.
can
So if it
then.
goes to 7, what would happen? Like, what would they?
Well, actually, yeah, that's great that you asked that because last week there was a game that ended this way. It was between the Red Sox and the Braves. Obviously, this is spring training, so it's not really that important. But it's cool to. It's nice that these rules are coming out in spring training, so players can get used to them because it will be something you have to get used to. So the pitch clock was winding down, but the catcher was like standing up and he was like making calls, like he was telling his infielders where to throw the ball. Right, like there's two outs, infield go one. Right, if you get the ball, throw it to first base, and that's the game. Kind of deal. But and the batter was standing outside of the batter's box because he's like, well, they're obviously not going to pitch the ball yet
Right, because he's
because
not
the
there to pitch the
catcher's.
ball. Huh.
But since the catcher was standing where he was supposed to be, just not in form, and the pitcher was on the mound, the batter actually got called out because the timer went below 8 seconds, and he thought it was a pitch hit clock violation the other way, so he starts taking off to first like he got walked. Because essentially what happens is if the batter is at fault, then it's a strike, and if the pitcher's at fault, then it's a ball.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask you is
This
what the
this just
punishments
happened
are.
to be
Okay.
full count with two outs, bottom of the last inning, and so he thought he got walked, so he was running to first base, but actually the umpire was like, "No, you're out. You weren't in the batter's box." And technically, it's a right read of the rules, but people are like, hopefully that they get that ironed out because that's like clearly
Uh,
he's not going to pitch the ball if the
yeah,
catcher is
but
standing up.
like, I feel like the whole point of the like, I'm going to argue that I think that that was the right call, and I think that that should stay that call because I think the whole point of it is so that the pitcher doesn't take his sweet time. I know you said the batter takes his sweet time, so he has the rule to prevent that to where he has to be in the box with 8 seconds or more remaining. I feel like the
Hmm.
pitcher should also need to be on the mound getting ready to pitch within that same time frame. I think that's the only thing that makes it fair. Like, why does the pitcher get more time than the batter does to communicate with his team?
Yeah, no, I
Right?
agree. I
Like,
mean, I'm okay with it. I don't have any, as long as everyone understands it. Like
yeah,
that's what's nice about spring
like
training is it
like that
gives time
batter
for
now
people to
knows
start
is that
understanding the rules.
whether, like, regardless of whether he thinks they're getting ready to pitch it or not, you make sure you're standing there, you let them get the penalty or whatever you want to call it in
Yeah,
baseball, foul or whatever.
yeah,
Now,
no, it is essentially a penalty. Yeah.
so
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. And it was just really interesting to see it have such a big impact already. On the time that games are going. What used to be like 4.5 hours is now 3.5 hours, which,
yeah,
you know, actually like has a big impact because that means that those like I was listening to a sports podcast, and they were talking about it a little bit too, and I hadn't really thought about this, but they were talking about how this like kind of makes it where families can go a little bit more, like not expecting games to be like five
right,
hours long. Like you can commit to a 6 p.m. game with your kid because you know you'll be done by 9:30 and they can get home and go to bed instead of 6 p.m. games going to like 10:30, 11 o'clock. Like you
right,
can't be out that late with kids. So that's cool, I guess. And getting more kids interested in baseball and getting them at the games is always a good thing. So whatever
yeah,
can happen to do that, and a faster game, you're not going to have the kids growing as bored of it and stuff like that. So maybe parents can get to stay the whole game too, which is
right,
good for them. Another rule was the defensive shifts. So what used to happen was for a lefty, lefties their power hit or their pull. So when they swing, their full swing would send the ball to the right field side. So where right fielders are. So what used to happen was the third baseman would move over to where shortstop is. The shortstop would essentially move behind second base, like the actual base, and then second base would move towards first base and a little bit back, and then first base would be like standing where they normally do, and that would be the shift to try and take away that side of the field where lefties hit to. And that got banned, so now they have to set up normally, and that's huge for left-handed hitters now because normally, like a normal setup, first has to be close to his base so he can get there to catch the ball when people throw over to him, and then second lines up where he does. So there's actually a really big chunk that doesn't exist between third and shortstop on the other side of the field because third base doesn't have to be as close to his base. But way normally set up, so first baseman's here, right? Second baseman over here, big area in between. So lefties, not lefty power hitters because obviously they're not hitting into the infield, but lefty like contact hitters now have a whole area of the field that they can hit into, and not just get auto outs, which is what the shift used to do. It used to be really hard for them. I liked the shift. I was like batters need to be able to control where they put the ball, but um,
that's fair.
it's not the rule anymore. So it should be really favoring lefties that can control where they hit and control how hard they hit and stuff like that. So there's definitely a group of players that should be benefited from it. It's not going to hurt anybody.
Yeah.
Uh,
Also, hi
it's
Frank.
gonna. Oh, my dad. Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
he said if families can afford the darn ticket prices.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, some of the smaller ballparks still have relatively cheap tickets, but yeah, some of those bigger name teams like the Giants or the Yankees or Dodgers, tickets are crazy. And then lastly is the bigger bases, so which theoretically will make for more stealing, which
Yeah.
people love. Base stealing is probably, outside of a homer, probably the most entertaining thing in baseball.
I feel like if they're increasing the chance of base sizes, which if that in turn does increase the amount of stealing, then I feel like that plus the pitch clock, I feel like both of those rules were kind of designed to just make the game more faster paced.
Yeah, and just more entertaining
Yeah,
overall.
and I think that is a very good rule
Yeah,
to
and
implement.
baseball needs to be more entertaining. Let's be honest here. As much as I love it, it needs to be
Well,
more
it's
interesting for people to watch on
yeah,
TV.
it's like we talked about before. How I just could care. Like I've tried watching baseball and I just can't get into it. And it's like you said, it's different for people who have actually played the sport. Like you have a different kind of
Hmm.
respect for it, you know. And I didn't experience that, so I don't really. I'm just like whatever.
Yeah, out in Tucson, we don't really have a major league team or even minor league teams, but college baseball just started, so I'm trying to go out this Saturday with some friends to go watch the first U of A game of the season. For me, they've already
Okay.
played a couple games, but that's why I'm wearing my U of A jersey and U of A hat and stuff like that right now.
Yeah.
And
Did you
also
go to
on
U
the
of A?
college front, yeah, I'm with U of A. Also on the college front, I mean, conference tournaments are about to start, and then March Madness will be right after those.
Oh yeah,
So,
March Madness.
next week, talk a little bit about college basketball for sure, but
Yeah.
we got a little downtime before then. Actual basketball, the NBA that we want to talk about today. I just I looked at I watch a lot of basketball. I listen to a lot of basketball podcasts and take in so much basketball content. I was like, what are the top 5 things I'm most interested in as the season comes down? And I made a list. So the first one is what the hell, John Morant? I don't know if you saw Mikey, but Ja is suspended indefinitely right now because
What did he do? I did not
he's
see
just
that.
had he just had a collection of like little things, like bad behavior in like different ways, and the last one that finally put, I guess I think his team suspended him, but like they kind of had to. Was like he posted an Instagram video of him, and there was like a gun in the background and stuff like that. And one of the incidences before was about him and his boys pulling up on the other, like some people in the other team, like when they were in their cars after the game, and somebody shining like a laser light into the other car, and some people thought it might have been a gun, but nobody was able to confirm that. So it's just some dumbass
So it
shit.
sounds like our boy Ja is taking a dive.
Yeah.
That's not
And
good.
like an
That
Instagram
sucks,
video with just
man.
like a gun in your room is just like,
Come on.
I mean, we don't need to get into politics or anything like that, but that's just like dumb, like
Yeah.
especially if you're an NBA player, like just I don't know, like that seems self-sabotaging almost. Like just put the gun not in camera view, I don't
Like,
know.
yeah. That actually kind of sucks, man. Now I don't really like Ja as much. I feel like he's kind of a
Yeah.
shitter now. If he like the whole, especially the whole pulling up to the other players in their car, like, come on, man,
Yeah, and
grow up.
And like all these basketball players or any athlete, they have like their posses, right? Like they have their people that they grew up with, family members, and all that kind of stuff. And if it's his posse that's doing that, like pulled out the camera, then he needs to drop those people
Yeah,
because they're not ones that just got a Mike. He just got a freaking signature shoe from Nike, bro. There's only like 5 people in the history that haven't had a Nike signature shoe,
that's a
and
big
he
deal.
just got one, bro. And
That's like
he's out
you're a
here making
legend.
over $100 million and stuff like that. Like, if your crew is fucking you up, drop them. Like
Yep.
I'm sorry, like you got to do what's better for you and everybody else and all your other people. I dropped their ass, man. I don't know. So obviously
That's
we'll try
really
and keep you up
upsetting.
to date
Yep.
because Jaw has been like the focus of our podcast as
Oh
far as
yeah.
basketball concerned.
That is very true. Uh,
Yeah. So
yeah. Um,
I don't know, man. It's frustrating.
how about we make the new focus Kevin Durant and the Stones because he just dropped 37 points last night.
Yeah, that's one of my top 5 NBA
Is it?
storylines is how
Hey,
Katie and this how Katie impacts the Suns. And that's not just because I'm a Suns fan, guys. Like it's
that's a big
huge.
deal.
Like
It's Kevin Durant.
we're talking about one of the best players of all time going to a team that was in the finals 2 years ago, made the second round of the playoffs last year. All right, so a true contender, and then they just got Kevin fucking Durant. All right. So, as Mikey said, he popped off last night. Last night was his best game for sure.
Yeah.
But even since he started his first game, he dropped 23 in only like 27 minutes. Like he's been super efficient in all of the games that he's played. He hasn't had a bad shooting night, which is nice. And yesterday he had 37, and I think Booker had 36. I think they combined for like 70 something points.
Yeah,
So
36. Yeah.
that's crazy. And that's really what those two are. Is true microwave scorers and could put
Well,
up 30
I think
anytime they want to.
I think that was the whole kind of point of getting Kevin Durant was because Chris Paul. I feel like the issues with the Suns is Chris Paul has been struggling a lot more in the shooting department. Like how we talked about how he's showing his age. But even at that age, like you're still gonna have like your game knowledge. So I think they realized that they needed to get somebody in there to take over his point share, basically, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, and Katie
And
does more than just
yeah.
that, bro.
and but it's still good that they have Chris Paul because they have him too because his passing is fantastic and his awareness.
Yeah, and Katie, I mean, has had some foot issues in the past, but he's 34, so he's no spring chicken. But he's also not super old for what he does. You know, if he were like a center and he were 34 and weighed a shit ton, I'd be worried. I'd be like, that's probably not going to last. But he's
Right.
so slight of frame, and all of his stuff is not necessarily athleticism. It's just like skill, and he has an insane body, you know. So like he was 7'1" with the like he can get a shot off from anywhere because you
Yeah.
literally can't block it. So I think he'll be good,
No.
like elite for like another 4 or 5 seasons, which is the his entire
Yeah.
contract with the Suns. So
Yeah. It's like just looking at their starting five,
they're
man.
gonna be nasty.
Like that Chris Paul, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, DeAndre Ayton. Who's their other five? Would it be Okogie?
It's Josh Okogie right
I
now.
was gonna say it looks like it's
What's
Okogie looking at the past few games.
Yeah, that's definitely the big weakness is what they had to give up to get Kevin Durant was 2 of their starters and they only got one back. So there's uh hopefully they can find somebody through buyout or something.
Yeah, we'll
But
see. I mean, right now they're still doing good.
Josh Koji has been okay. Like if honestly, if all that person does is play defense, like at that position, that's all they need, man. Because Booker and Durant are gonna be walking at least 60 a game
I
when they're
mean,
going. So,
ever since Kevin Durant started, they haven't lost.
hmm
He started in 3 games and they've won 3 games. So
yeah,
one against the Mavericks. So
thank God, bro. Mavericks are Luca's something else. So, and they were the ones that put us out of the playoffs last year. So it's a good thing. They're sitting down there at seventh. It's nice to see them that low, to be honest with you.
yeah, just we can capitalize off of the John Morant thing real quick. How far down do you think the Grizzlies are gonna go, depending on how long it takes them to get him back? Like if it's a while, like if they don't get him back this season, how far down do you think they drop?
I think Dylan Brooks got suspended too, but he's obviously not nearly as big of a player as John Morant is. So they'd be left with Desmond Bain, Steven Adams, and Jaren Jackson Jr. and role players. Like that's still pretty good. I'd say that puts them. Like there's not a whole lot of NBA left, you know. But
Yeah.
they are close. So I could see them falling all the way to like 6
Okay.
for sure. Nothing past that though,
Nuggets
really.
got the West on lock.
Yeah, Nuggets are fucking nasty. They're not one of the teams I put as my top 5 storylines just because they've been so good the whole season. Like they're not really
It's
that
not a
interesting
storyline.
as the
Yeah.
as the season ends. They're just that fucking good.
It's like the Bucks and Celtics. I mean,
Yeah. Third storyline: New York Knicks, bro.
okay.
The Knicks are like actually good. Look at their last 10 games, bro. 9-1.
Oh, what the heck? Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're in fifth right now, and they are climbing. They could easily move up into fourth, and that would be
They're
home
just
field.
two. They're just 2 games off of third.
Yeah, that would be home court advantage in the freaking first round of the playoffs in New York City, which would be wild. Like the Knicks haven't been good in a long time, but New York, when they have a good basketball team, they go crazy. Like the Garden, which is where the Knicks plays, one of the best arenas in basketball, if not the best. Like every player says they love playing there, like the atmosphere and everything. And they got Jalen Brunson this offseason was their big signing, and he has been huge. Talking about somebody that's scoring over 25 a game for them, and people were like questioning whether he could do it, and he answered those questions for sure. And just to think that the Mavericks could have had him, they could have kept him. Like he
Man,
was on their team, and they let him go and traded all this shit to get Kyrie later in the season. Like you could have just had
uh,
Jalen Brunson and kept everything else you had. But for
Manuel.
some reason, they were cheap then, and then decided to capitalize. Emmanuel quickly, yeah, like
Yeah.
I think you're about to say, popped
Yeah.
off last game. Went for like 40 something against the
38,
Celtics.
38
Who are they playing?
points, Celtics.
Yeah, popped off absolutely. But they got Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson are their top two, and if Emmanuel quickly or RJ Barrett could be their number three and like actually do well towards the end of the season, I can see the Knicks winning a playoff series, which would be crazy given their history lately.
Yeah.
They were good in like the 80s, but it's been a long time since the Knicks have been like actually relevant, and they're good, man. And kind of like the Knicks have the name, but their Western Conference. Someone
Eastern.
similar to them. Yeah,
West.
they are Eastern Conference, but I was saying someone similar to them in the Western Conference is my fourth story. The Sacramento Kings, bro. Light the motherfucking beam. They're third place right now, 7-3 in their last 10. And this was gonna be my main thing I talked about last week if we had an episode, but
Yeah.
Mikey, that game, bro.
The 176 to
Yeah,
175.
yeah, that double overtime
Yeah.
game. Only double overtime too. The second highest scoring game in like NBA history, which I can't believe it's not first, to be honest with you. But I guess there was a game in which Wilt Chamberlain scored 100 points, so maybe it was from back then. But I never looked. I didn't look up what was the highest scoring game. But 176 to 175, and the Kings were down like 14 points at times in that game, and they clawed back, which is actually really huge for a team to be able to do that against another good team like Clippers.
Against Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, and Paul George.
Yeah. And Russell Westbrook, dude. Don't forget about him.
Oh, how could I? I absolutely couldn't forget about Russell Westbrook. But they're led by De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis. And then they got their rookie Keegan Murray, who's doing really good. Should be in the all-rookie team for sure, I would say. And then Harrison Barnes and Kevin Huerter round out their starting five, and Malik Monk is their sixth man. And Malik Monk in that game popped off too.
I
De'Aaron
see
Fox
that.
and him had over 40 in that game.
Yeah. 87
Stupid.
combined.
Yeah, it's absolutely stupid. That's the issue though. The Kings' offense is the best in the league, like actually the best in the league stats wise, but their defense is like bottom, like I think it's like six. I think they're like 26 or bottom four. Yeah, there's only 30 teams in the NBA. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. But right now they are slated as the 3. They would play the 6, which would be the Timberwolves, and you'd have to think the Kings would be able to beat the.
What the heck was that about? You're back now, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You
Um,
dipped for like 4 seconds. That was weird.
Sick. Normally, as the 3 seed, you would want to win a playoff series, but even if the Kings like just get there, that's huge for them. They have the longest playoff drought in like all of sports. It's not just basketball. It's like 16 years.
Your dad said, I watched the Kings for 25 years and they couldn't get the job done. Go Suns.
I don't know what getting the job done is, but the Suns haven't necessarily done that either, Dad. So if we're talking about winning a chip, but yeah, I don't know, man. As someone who was born in Sacramento, lived there for 10 years, went to Kings games. It's really fucking cool to see him there.
Oh, I would imagine.
I would agree with my dad. I'm more of a Suns fan now at this point. Just I've lived in Arizona for as long as I have, but I still like the Kings. Still have Kings memorabilia and jerseys and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I love them, so it'll be really fun to be able to watch the Kings and the Suns because there's a long time there for me where I couldn't watch either of them in the playoffs because they both sucked ass. So. Oh, what a change to see them at 3-4, to be honest.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
And then the last storyline I had was the race for the fucking bottom, bro. So the way the lottery works is that the bottom 3 teams all have the same odds to get the number 1 pick.
When you said that, I just looked at the bottom teams and saw their records, and I'm just like, oh boy, there's no way that they could lose that much without doing it intentionally.
Well, yeah. Guys, I hope you're not a Detroit Pistons, Houston Rockets, or San Antonio Spurs fan. Well, I mean, maybe I do because you get Victor Wembanyama if you win this race. But just don't watch your team for the rest of the season because it's gonna be bad. Like
they're gonna lose on purpose.
Yeah, they're gonna be. Every good player they have is gonna be quote unquote injured during games and all this kind of stuff. It's gonna be tough. Yeah, the Pistons I think are currently the worst. Although them and the Rockets, 15-49 for the Rockets, 15-50 for the Pistons. So yeah, the
Yeah, the
Pistons are
Pistons
technically
are
at the bottom.
worst. Yeah, they're worst by one loss.
Yeah, Rockets are second, and then Spurs are third at 16-49. So those are the three teams that would theoretically have the best odds of getting Victor Wembanyama. They all, as long as you finish in the bottom three, you all have the same odds of the first overall pick. But
Okay.
the Hornets are definitely going to be trying to sink down there, though. I would say they'd have a good shot, but I don't. The Rockets and Spurs and Pistons, I don't even think are going to win
Yeah.
4 games, which is what would have to happen
They're
for the
not. Yeah,
Hornets
they're
to.
they're all gonna make sure they don't.
Yeah. So, and the Rockets are like so fucking bad, bro. Like the other teams can at least like kind of lose gracefully, but the Rockets, every like huge scoring game you're seeing, like Dame dropped 71 like a week ago against the Rockets. Clay Thompson had a game where he had 13 threes against the fucking Rockets, bro. They just can't play defense. It's awful. It looks like you're not even watching an NBA team play defense.
Yeah,
Yeah. So,
that's
but I mean,
that's an actual.
maybe,
It's the way
maybe
you
they'll
said
get
it.
Victor, or they'll get, I guess, Scoot Henderson. Those are the top two, and those are two amazing players. Obviously, Victor's more highly touted,
Scoot Henderson.
But Scoot's pretty damn good too, my brother. He looks like Russell Westbrook with a bit of a jump shot. So
Interesting.
that's pretty good. We all fucking meme on Russell Westbrook, but he was an MVP, so
Yeah, he had it at some
well,
point.
we do need to remember that. All right, so we're gonna open some packs today. We got talked about baseball and basketball. So we're gonna open baseball. This is a mystery tin. You can find them at like Walmart. Um, It says there's 2 factory sealed packs inside, so we'll see what packs they give us. We'll see if it's worth the price you pay and all that kind of stuff. And then we're gonna
Yeah,
open March's basketball boombox.
let's do it.
Yes, sir. Let's do it. Oh bollocks! Is my dad still there?
He hasn't said anything else. Says one viewer, so I'm pretty sure he still is. Yes, he is. That's funny. He actually posted. He said, "Not only are the Pistons unimportant in basketball, it just
Oh
disappeared.
god!
It just disappeared. It just disappeared. I don't know."
Probably got flagged for offensive. Bro, what?
What's wrong?
There we go.
Oh, I thought it was already on the right camera. Oh, no.
Fuck no, bro. Come on, boy. How's that look, buddy, old pal?
That looks pretty good, if I do say so myself.
All right. So just real quick before we get to it, try to show you guys all the breaks. I was in a break. I won the Steelers
Getting
and the
some
Browns.
lag in the camera, but okay, now it's kind of going back.
Yep. I was in a break of 2022 Donruss, and I won the Steelers and the Browns. So it was like random team. You get 2 teams. I got the Steelers and the Browns. So Steelers being a really good team to get because they have Kenny Pickett. So there's a rookie of Kenny Pickett. Some stupid inserts of our favorite person, Deshaun Watson, right there. And what do we do to Deshaun Watson cards on this channel, Michael?
We tear them live on
Yeah,
stream.
yeah, we don't like. Oh, this is weird. Like the way they have this like foil over it. You see, you can like peel it off.
Yeah.
It's like a sticker. There, fuck you. Huh, how about that? But we got Miles Garrett. who hits people in the head with helmets.
Helmets.
Bunch of base cards, so who cares? I don't know. I honestly don't know why breakers even send those. I guess maybe some person would get mad that they didn't get their base.
Yeah.
Press proof Greg Newsome, franchise future Najee Harris. Najee Harris base card. Why? I don't know why that's not in the base pile. Press proof Najee Harris, another Kenny Pickett. Gridiron Kings Kitty Pickett. So that's a little cooler. I actually like that card a lot, to be honest. I guess
Yeah, it's
there's
pretty cool.
kind of a lot going on, but I like it. We got a Greg Newsome no name, so like one of the rarer parallels where they don't put the name on the front, they put it on the back.
That's interesting.
And then the big hit for us was this jersey card of Najee Harris, number 100. You got a little jersey piece there, 2 colors.
He said, "Oh yeah, your dad said Pistons are not used in electric automobile engines, so they are a dying breed."
Oh boy.
Then he said, "Dad takes the crap cards."
All right, mystery tin time. So on eBay, $20. Walmart, like 15. I actually won this on an eBay auction, and I only paid in total plus shipping $14.23. So that's what we got to beat. We got to beat $14.23 worth of cards for it to be good enough for us. Although maybe you can say the tin is worth 23 cents. So we got to beat $14. Which I guess there's 2 ways to gauge it. First off is like, are the packs that they give us even fucking worth $14? And then secondly, what cards do we get out of them? Okay, so we got a Bowman value pack. I actually don't know how much that is. Maybe you could look that up, Mikey. 2021 Bowman value pack.
Should I do it on a 130 point or no?
Nah, I just typed it on eBay.
2021.
Yeah, Bowman value pack. And then a Topps Baseball 2022 Series 1. What is this?
What is it?
21 Bowman value pack.
$25. Wait. Hold, let me see the Bowman pack. This webcam's still lagging, so keep it there for a minute for me. Yeah, on Amazon at least it's $25. Let me search on eBay.
Probably not gonna be that much, but that's not bad.
eBay. Like 15, $20. All of them.
All right. Well, I only paid $14. I only paid $14 for this, so already on the come ups. Then we got this 2022 Topps Baseball Series 1. I opened this with my dad. I opened some of these packs with my dad when we were in Phoenix, but I don't know
Your dad
what
said
version of this pack it is. I'm assuming it's retail.
I'll give you $2 for the tin if you fill it with the crap cards.
Oh, sick. All right, we'll do. And then whatever the fuck
Even
this
more
is,
come
bro.
ups, dude.
Whatever the fuck this is, got a third pack. Nippon Professional Base. Bro, is this for like a Korean team or league? We're opening this first.
What the heck?
God, I hope that's what this is. Oh,
Is that what it is?
I think so. Rookie Gakuto Wakabayashi.
Huh.
Oh boy. From the Lions. Now you have the SoftBank Hawks. What is this? What a meme that they threw this pack in here. We got some kind of insert or something coming up. Swallows. Munetaka Murakami.
Okay.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. All right. We're going to say that was worth no money at all. All right. No offense.
So
if
weird.
you're super into that league, but can't imagine that's. I'm honestly surprised that even gets printed, but maybe it sells well where it's from. Who knows? Actually, it probably does sell well. All right, Topps Baseball 2022 Series 1. base, 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 base. Rookie
Yeah,
Jaron Duran from the Red Sox.
it's lagging when you go too fast, by the way, so just.
Jose Ramirez, base. Channinger. Uh, Blue Jays. Well, not even Blue Jays, just Perez, Abreu, and Hernandez. Oh, it's RBI leaders. Okay, I was like, why are these all the same thing? Strikeout leaders: Ray, Cole, and Cease. Ben Gamel sliding in to base. Aroldis Chapman. Then we got pick the game, call your shot to
Hold it.
win.
Hold it. It's still just look frozen on your hand. Alright, you good.
Grand prize drawing for a trip to the 2023 Home Run Derby. Okay. So we got a Shohei Ohtani Home Run Challenge card. So I can visit Tops.com promotions and choose the game date you think this player will hit a home run. If he does, you win a parallel card. All right. That's cool, I guess. It's of Shohei, so that's a good player. And then stars of the MLB, Chris Bryant. We'll say we got $1 out of that pack.
Alright, David, relax, dude, alright?
What does David say?
Go Eagles.
Now we're Chiefs fans, bro.
Yeah, go Chiefs.
All right, here's our Bowman.
I wish my brother was more like Jackson Mahomes.
Honestly, your brother reminds me of Jackson Mahomes. Nolan Arenado, Juan Soto, Aaron Judge, Mike Yastrzemski, Bobby Shett. All right, our Chrome Rookie of the Year favorites, Sixto Sanchez. That's kind of sick looking, and it's a silver, I'd say. It's pretty, honestly, pretty card.
David clipped the part where you say Steven reminds you of him. And he sent it to him.
Bowman Scouts top 100, Sixto Sanchez again. So we got like a Sixto Sanchez pack, I guess. Back to back. We got one of their camo inserts, which I think is like the special thing in this value pack. Frutus Nova prospect card. Matthew Thompson prospect card. DL Hall prospect. Blake Walton prospect chrome. And Logan Davidson prospect. Oh, O'Neal Cruz. He's pretty big fucking deal last year, honestly. Vidal Brujan, pretty good, and Hunter Bishop. That was actually a really good pack out of the first 12.
Respect.
Honestly.
David said, I wish I knew how to clip videos, so I don't think he... I'm sure there's a way.
Well, it'll be on YouTube, so forever.
If anyone's going to find out how to do it, it's David.
Sam Huff. No, just ask Jake. Jake will do it. Hello, rookies, bro. Alec Bohm. You got Talent Pipeline, Wander, Javier, Royce Lewis, and Nick Gordon. What team is this? The Twins? Yeah, it's the Minnesota Twins. And then we got Futurist Corbin Carroll. Insert. Prospect DL Hall. Prospect Andrew Vaughn. Tyler Soderstrom. Geraldo Pedromo. Ibril Arias. Cody Hoyce. And Freddie Zamora. Can't say that pack was as good as the first one. But as in baseball, a lot of prospects.
Yeah, a lot.
Who knows? Well, I think for $14, I think we did pretty well. And we got a nice little place to put all of our baseball cards that we pulled that are worth something. We can just go ahead and plop them right back in there. Now on to the thing that I'm excited for. I mean, I was excited to open that too, to be honest with you.
I mean, yeah.
After the deal I got for it.
Obviously I'm more excited for the
Boombox.
yeah.
All right, so this is March's month for basketball. We normally do one a month for either basketball or football, depending on which one I think looks more interesting. And this time was basketball. But normally we buy mid end, which is $90. But this time I only bought the $60 one, and then which is just called the Boombox, and then I added a couple of packs because when I looked at it, the difference did not seem worth it. So the packs I added are at the top. So 2017 Donruss, and then 2020 Optic. I got the 2017 Donruss for a chance at Jason Tatum or De'Aaron Fox rookie cards. Was the reason I added that one. So I spent $90 like you would for mid end, but I got the $60 one and then added some packs to it. Let's see. Got the peanuts going everywhere.
Yeah.
Good job, peanuts. Boombox. Featured products. 2019 Hoops Hobby should be in here. Let's see if we can find it. Yep. Wait, 2019. That's right. So that's Ja and Zion's here. 2020 Revo Hobby. Right there. 2021 Revo Hobby. Right there. 2022 Hoops Hobby. Right there. And then our two added packs were Bowman U and Topps Chrome Overtime Elite. So some of the like new prospecty basketball things.
A lot of lag on the webcam, but it's catching stuff still though.
And then we got our 35-point referee, bro.
Wow.
Hell yeah, brother. All right, so we're gonna open these two shitters off the bat, and then we'll just do this order. All right. Let's open some basketball packs, bro. First Bowman of Harrison Ingram. I have no clue who you are. First Bowman of Colby Jones. That is numbered to 199. We got another Colby Jones paper off the next one, and then Hunter Dickinson. Bro, that's your nickname, bro. Dickinson. Get it? Oh, well, no. Well, got one numbered card out of that. All right, now Topps Chrome Overtime Elite. This you can get some interesting prospects for this upcoming year because the Thompson brothers, Asar and what's his name, Amon, I think, are both at Overtime Elite right now, and they're supposed to be like both top 10 picks. Bryce Griggs, Dominic Barlow, silver, but weird look to it.
Yeah.
Overtime Elite, Izan Almansa.
That's a cool looking one.
Numbered to 299. We got another numbered card. That was cool. And then Jazari Jackson. All right. So, I mean, if as far as prospecting goes, we did just get two rookie cards. Or, sorry, numbered rookie cards. So that's cool, I guess.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe somewhere down the line there'll be something worthwhile. All right, 2022 hoops. So that would be the big chaser. Would be the guy on the front, Paulo Banchero. But you can get Chet Holmgren. You can get Benedict Mathurin, who's really good and from the U of A. So base. Ooh, we got a Paulo Banchero. Nice.
Oh yeah.
We got a Jeremy Sochan, which is good, and then Mitchell Robinson highlights insert. Whatever, bro.
Whatever that is.
Cool. Yeah, cool. Jeremy Sohan, this guy right here, was terrible at shooting free throws, but now he is changed to shooting free throws one-handed, and he's actually like a lot better.
That's so weird.
Yes, it's so weird. 2021 Revo. That's going to be the year of Scotty Barnes and Franz Wagner and Evan Mobley, all those kind of guys.
Okay.
Cade.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. That's Cage. Okay.
Derrick Rose. Slim. DeAndre Ayton, and a rookie looks like Alperen Şengün. Yeah, Shane Goat, as we call him around here, bro.
He's in the Rockets though, so.
Yeah, so he doesn't know how to play defense. We're gonna move this Sohan. It's not a highlight. It's a nice little rookie card, but it's not a highlight card. All right, 2020 Revo. So this is going to be Anthony Edwards and LaMelo Ball and Desmond Bain and Tyrese Halliburton. Those guys. I don't know. I don't know what that card is on the back. It might just be an insert. I don't know. Revolution that will.
Yeah.
Zach Levine, Davis Bertans, Victor Oladipo, Norman Powell on the Astro, I think is what this parallel is called because it's got the stars. Can you see the stars that come through? The hollow stars.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, that's a little in the red.
Astro.
Kind of.
And then, Tyrese Halliburton. This is his rookie year, rookie revolution. Ty.
There's something out of that.
Boy made the All-Star team. That's pretty big. All right, 2019 hoops. So Zion and Ja and Tyler Hero.
My brother's in the chat. Jackson Mahomes, huh?
Ricky Rubio, Tobias Harris, Rui Hachimura, rookie card. Now Steven's gonna love this name right here. Quindari Weatherspoon, Cam Thomas, a Jabari Parker purple, sick. Joe Harris and Gerald Green. Damn, that pack was ass, bro. All right, and then that was the $60 Boombox. All right, so that was kind of tough, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think you got anything that was
the
like
best.
a big,
I think
big
the
hit.
I think the best cards we got were the throw in packs that they added.
That's actually rough.
Yeah. All right, 2020 Optic. This
Hopefully
is the
yeah.
fast break.
Hopefully this one actually.
Optic fast break here. B.I. Jaren Jackson, John Collins, Bulls. Nope. Zach Levine, and then San Antonio Spurs, Devin Vassell. Oof. Devin Vassell is actually an alright player. If
Still
I would have
not
been
something
happy,
that's
I would have
like-
been happy if this insert or this parallel was on that Vassell. I would have been like, "Oh, that's worth putting over here." But it's not. And then now that Don Russ, please,
Please don't us.
please, Frank Jack. Oh, bro.
There we go. We in it now, boys.
We just wasted our rookie on Frank Jackson, bro. Could have been De'Aaron Fox or Jason Tatum. We should get one more, but I'm worried. To say the least. All right, we'll just go from here. Frank Jackson, Ricky Rubio. Is this another rookie? All right, our next rookie's coming up.
What team?
Team Los Angeles Lakers.
Uh,
This could actually be an alright player. Actually, he's probably going to be an alright player. Lonzo Ball. I don't remember when Lonzo Ball was. Was Lonzo Ball this year? It's not Lonzo. Oh, it's Kyle Kuzma.
oh, okay.
Some Kuz action, bro.
Still not
Marcin Gortat, Steph Curry All-Star card.
one of those every year, bro.
I know, right? And then shit. All right. These got to be some of the ugliest cards ever, though.
Yeah, like the brown. Like I do not like that.
Yeah. Why would that be the border color you choose? They're like notorious in the hobby. They're called like the shit brown pack, or because I mean, you chose brown as a border, bro.
Yeah, you deserve that.
So the highlights, if you will.
Yeah, that was that's about
Falcons,
par
what?
for the course for what goes on here.
Tyrese Halliburton. Insert. Paulo Banchero. I think this card's like $5. That's from what I remember seeing. So,
He said,
big, big
fill that $2 tin, boys."
Who did, my dad?
Yeah.
Colby Jones, Izan Almansa, and Dominic Barlow. Sheesh! We are filling that $2 tin, Dad. It's the best part about this is we get free storage. Or not free storage, but storage included. Take that, make that bad boy safe. Turn me up, as they say around here. I think Revolution cards are so pretty, though.
They are. I like them.
Shiny. So shiny.
I do not like that Kyle Kuzma pose. So awkward.
Bro didn't know they were about to take this photo.
They were like, just do something you do during a game. And he just like awkwardly was just like, what do I do with my hands?
He was like getting ready to do that position, and then they just took the picture. He was like about to raise the ball up for a shooting pose. Dude, it's Mikey Inception, bro.
He just like got down and there's like, all right, clip. And he's like, wait, no, I wasn't. They're like, all right, that's a wrap. You can head home.
I know, it's like when you're a kid and you get fucking yearbook photos and they fucking take a dog shit photo of you and they know and they're just like, oh, next. They know it's gonna ruin your life for the next year. I'm like, yeah, next, go ahead.
He said, okay, since you have crap cards from multiple sports, I will up it to $5.
Deal.
All right.
Take us home, Michael.
Yes, sir. All right, guys, that is it for episode 52 of Sonoran Sports Cards. We went over some Casey's top 5 NBA stories, then some rule changes for the Major League Baseball. Opened up that mystery tin for baseball, and then we did the monthly March Boombox. We did basketball this month. We'll see what's going on next month. I guess next month, the end of the next month technically has the draft, but it also has March Madness kind of coming to a close at the beginning of it too. So we'll see what we decide to do next month. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and then hit that notification bell to see when we do go live. And you can come and chat with us in here, just like David, my brother Steven, and Casey's dad Frank did. Appreciate you guys for watching. But yeah, as always, guys, it was fun.
Yeah, thanks, everybody.
We'll see you guys next Monday.